Parsave Productions is in the building here. We got South Dakota States 2020, thanks to Gotta Go, Gotta Throw, Social CBD, Rubber Bandits. I got myself, Ben Kroll.
And Derek Sahr. And we just wanted to say congratulations, Ben, on your engagement.
Aww.
Ben Kroll getting engaged. All of us at the Parsave. We wanted to surprise you with this. Congratulations, Ben.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, of course, of course. And we have some awesome disc golf we're going to be watching here. I am so excited. I love this course. My favorite tournament of the year, my home course, or my home state, South Dakota, state championships, hole 1. Here we go. 285 feet. You want the disc kind of low, skipping left. You can't get off the fairway at this course at all. As you can see, it's like a Cedar Creek West.
Yeah, and just know these trees just grab you, right? As soon as you get into them, you're not going anywhere. Yeah, we got a really fun card here. Cale's going to be starting it off.
That looks perfect. The ground action, the one tree to beat is just placed in the perfect spot. But do know, it was so dry going into this tournament and during this tournament. There's going to be a lot of ground play.
Yeah, it just looks like this line fits right into that tree is. It's hard to get a hyzer in, otherwise it's going to be a little too early. You really want to get that straight shot that just barely finishes. And Ryan getting a nasty kick there. That's going to be a tough one to start with.
And this is, everybody knows, this is my boy, Garett Everson. He is no stranger to the coverage. This kid, same age as Ryan, 18 years old, and he can shred.
Yeah, these Dakota boys, man, they're young and they're athletic.
And they're lucky. Look at that. He's cutting right through that pine tree.
He'll take that start. Yeah, I believe this is on the west side of South Dakota, correct?
Correct. Yep. Well, West River, pretty north as well.
This looks like a good line.
Yeah, and this is a super, they call him, but David, Cali, lives in California. He comes up and he shreds. He has a lot of good following up here and very, very well known throughout this community.
Yeah, got the West Coast represented here in the Midwest. It's always fun. And here we see Ryan starting off really tough on the first hole. Can't even get up and down from where he was. Just going to have to settle for hopefully a bogey here.
Yeah, and, you know, I did mention it during the UND Open, but he is battling some pretty bad poison ivy during this tournament as well. And so hopefully it doesn't affect him too much during this this tournament.
I think these were back-to-back weekends, weren't they?
I believe so, yes. And he also told me he had baseball in between them as well. So yeah, they're just traveling, busy bees.
These kids are just so busy these days. And that should be right there. Shouldn't have too much left to tap in for his 4.
Yeah, a lot of these holes are kind of these enclosed fairways. And so you may not see it on this card as much because a lot of them don't have, or they don't throw the thumber. Cale almost runs it in, but a thumber is a really strong thing to have on this course.
Just like Cedar Creek West.
Yeah. It's a spitting image.
Let's see what Dave has here for a line, if he has anything or not. Oh, kind of a touchy putt, trying to get right over that branch.
And another thing about this course, too, is when you're even as far out as Ryan is right here, as you see, he's got an obstructed putt. You know, he's in the circle, probably within 25 feet, and he's having to battle some stuff.
He looks like he's 15 feet away, and he's got a lot to deal with. Yep, solid putt.
Yeah.
Again, not the start he wanted, but he's got plenty of time left to get back into gear. Yeah, there's a birdie there from Garett, the kid.
And even Cale having to do a pretty big straddle putt from, 8 feet because that pine tree just protrudes right behind the basket.
And again, those branches just grab you. They grab your back. They grab your shirt. They grab the disc out of your hand.
Yeah. You don't want to wear something you like to this course. Pretty good form.
Again, got a little lucky there at the end, but he'll take it.
Garett starting it off right. First hole jitters out of the way. The camera crew, in my opinion, kind of fades away after the first hole as well.
Yeah, hole 2 here, 300 feet, par 3. It looks like just a straight shot here. Definitely, again, don't want to be left or right. Looks like it'd be a tough up and down. And you're just throwing probably that straight mid-range, maybe trying to get a little ground play. Try not to test that ceiling too much there towards the end of the flight.
Yeah, this is a really difficult green to access because it starts to enclose the further up the fairway you get. And you have to really penetrate. I like to throw a driver on this hole.
Yeah. Hard to tell how far he got through there, but didn't look like he was more than 100, 150 feet. Let's see what kind of line he has, though. Cale looks like he's throwing even his H3 V2. Going to drive something at this hole, get a little ground play.
Yeah, Cale's throwing it perfect. That's exactly what you want to do. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. There's your boy.
I like Super's shirt with the child on it.
Yeah, The Mandalorian's been fun to watch. Not sure if you guys
yeah.
are keeping up, but season 2 here is going on.
Yep. Yeah, I could talk about that for quite a while. I won't lie, it's pretty good.
Little bit of height on it from Dave, a little right, and he might have got a little greasy. We'll see what kind of look he has.
Yeah, Ryan looking like he's throwing a fairway driver here, I believe. Kind of trying to do the same thing that Cale did, and I think he's done it.
That looks really good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, skip in.
Oh.
That's a lot of action. Like you
Yeah.
said, very fast.
Jeez, and there you can see how tight that green is. This is, in my opinion, one of the more difficult holes to get the birdie on the course. And as you see, Garett just a little off the fairway, having to scramble a little with a big roller.
This is always a little scary, and then hitting that pole made a big difference where that disc could have gone. It could have easily gone 20 feet to the right and been in a couple trees.
Yeah, you can see Joey laughing at that, like, geez, he just pinned it with a... I know Garett doesn't practice that shot very often, so that's so cool to see.
And Dave here looks like he's got a lot in his way and couldn't even really give it a bid, just laid it up there for his par.
Yeah, and this would be great for Ryan. Oh, yeah.
No time at all.
Yep.
A lot of confidence in Ryan. His game's been looking really good this year.
Yeah, it's really cool to see him branch out and play some tournaments, non-local, being Aberdeen here. And, yeah, it's cool to see his game just improve. And, I mean, kid's over 1,000 rated.
Yeah. Cale making easy work of this hole as well.
And it's tight at the top. Oh, he's still got a little stick in his hat there while he's throwing. I think that might be a common occurrence there.
It's one of those courses where you bring stuff home with you.
Yeah.
I just hate when you come home, you have a bunch of burrs on your leg.
Yep, this is the course that'll do it. And hole 3 doesn't open up at all. As you can see here, the play is to throw a stable forehand disc cutting right before these trees hitting the ground. And honestly, the ground play is so key at this course. Having it hyzer off into those trees that you see to your right here and leaving yourself about 20 feet, 25 feet.
Is this accessible through with an overhead?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost every hole on this course is overhandable.
I'm telling you, even when it gets to those white trees, it gets good.
Yeah, you can see Cale getting up there. He might have a little look at it, but he's right in the trees.
Yeah, Ryan does have a good forehand. Looks like he's got something stable.
And he's going up high with it too. Just don't want to catch any trees if you can help it. He heard a little touch there.
Yeah, there was a pretty nasty left to right on this hole on this day as well. So that forehand exposing the flight plate to that wind can be a huge detriment if it, goes off to the right. Like, you have no shot for a par.
Yeah, he looked like he's going to have a tough time even for his putt from about 30, 35 feet.
Oh.
Shot by Garett. Looked like he got a little branch, but maybe just outside the circle there.
I think Super's lining up that high route as well.
Did you know why Super was in town?
I'm gonna get the story wrong, but I believe he has family in Aberdeen, and so he actually does frequent the Aberdeen scene quite a bit, and he actually he kind of taught Ezra his game quite a bit, helped him out, helped him get improve his game, and we all know how good Ezra is now.
Yeah, we got these Dakota boys who are young and again very talented, big arms. About 45 feet or so here from Garett. And those branches just grab you and take you down.
Yeah.
All hope is lost.
Yep. As you said, those branches truly do. If your disc just touches them, just says no thank you. And Ryan having to go digging again.
And maybe 40 feet away, and he almost has nothing here. So he's just trying to pitch it out, get away from this hole.
Oh.
Gives a legitimate chance. Just stays right there.
Sacrificed the body and everything.
I'm going to go over the top here. Coming in.
You heard it.
I don't know if Garett heard him. He kept walking and like almost hit him there. Yeah. Good par save from
Solid
Garett.
putt, yeah.
Yeah.
I think all these guys here are going to be tapping in for their threes.
Cale's going to be blowing on his discs a lot. There is a lot of dirt out here.
A lot of dust.
Cale pretty pumped about that putt. Clapping his discs together.
Cale checking to see who got the CTP.
Yeah. Not you, Cale. Sorry, man.
Yeah, how often have you played this course? How many times have you played it?
So I've played it, I would say, a total of 12 times. They actually have a pretty great tournament out here that the club puts on called the Richmond Rumble every year. That is a B tier, and it brings in a decent amount of people as well. They have this gem of a course, mock X baskets. They kind of have it all, and it's really cool to see the club step up and host states as well as they did. And yeah, there was host hotels and everything, and added cash and added prizes for the AMs. South Dakota's really trying to step their game up for the tournament running, that's for sure.
It's awesome. It's really cool to see all these bigger tournaments getting up and going. Brings us into hole 4, 235 feet. Looks like we're just getting over to this hill. Might be even tough to see this basket from the tee pad. But looks like maybe just a straight shot backhand or a little forehand touch shot that maybe just gets over the hill and then finishes right towards the basket. Probably getting a little ground play here as well, like we've seen on this course already.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of the floaty backhand with something kind of flippy, just settling up on that. You just want your disc just hitting the top of that crest because the grass is quite dry, and it should skip to the basket. Hopefully Cale can execute it here.
Not too bad. Looks like he'll have about 25 to 30 feet downhill putt there.
Yeah, and one thing to note too is after the basket, it gets significantly more downhill, and you're also going into pine trees, so that putt, if you leave the shot short, becomes extremely difficult.
I feel like this forehand's probably a common play. I feel like it plays into the hill really well. Going to stop the disc a lot better than throwing the straight shot backhand.
Talking into it.
I think Garett liked that forehand. He's switching up here.
Yep.
Anytime in the wind as well, too, if you can avoid playing those touchier shots. This looks like a little bit more open compared to the last couple holes we saw. He needs to hit a tree, get a little help here.
And
That's
he did.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Oh.
Let's go. Pulling out that thumber. This is like right in my wheelhouse at 230 to 250.
Yep. This is probably my max distance for a thumber right here.
Getting some good action there. Set up right near Cale.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that shot at all. Just got to be very careful on these putts. That's the miss, though. If you are going to miss a putt that long on that downhill.
Yep, and he knows it too. He left his hand low, didn't get his hand up like he wanted it to. See if Dave can correct from him.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Squeaking it in. Great putt from Super there.
Yeah. Really good pace on it, like you heard him. Don't go high.
Yeah, I'm sure Cale was saying the same thing on his putt as well.
Yeah, got to go. Got to throw here on the replay. Got to check them out. Minnesota local company, but they ship everywhere. They got everything as well, too, from bags to discs. Make sure you check them out.
Yeah, I've bought too many discs from them. They always do such a good job.
Garett going past the hole. We'll see how much he's in this tree, how much it affects his stance here.
Yeah, one interesting thing about Garett, he actually doesn't like to mark his discs very much. It's just something he just doesn't like to do. I've talked to him about it. It's just a routine thing for him. So as you see him not marking his disc here and banging the putt.
Yeah, solid. Looking through the little window there, it looks like.
Yeah, that's quite a nice putt. Those Mach X's really catch those jamming putts pretty well.
Yeah, see how many of those straddle knee putts we see throughout this round as well, too.
Yeah.
You see those a lot when you have these really tight courses like this.
Let's see it in the comments on this coverage. Do you think over or under 15? Like, truly, the whole course is that tight around the baskets.
And now you're talking just for the first half of this video?
We'll go the first round. The first round, yeah. Over under 15 because it doesn't open up. Well, it does on this next hole, but it stays tight.
But besides that.
Yeah.
Cale just tapping in here. Looks like it was a pretty nice day here today.
Yeah, it was beautiful. A little breezy. It was coming off. So there's a lake that we might be able to see in this next flyover that the whole course kind of plays on essentially, but it doesn't really come into play, if that makes sense. But it's right there. It's very, very beautiful as well. It's a very picturesque course. And here it is, hole 5. So they combined this hole and the next hole to make a par 4 here. Your normal play is to play it to this tree right here, but then you have to go around this pine tree on the left where this gentleman is walking and play it into a blind shot right about there. Yeah, there's no basking because the holes are normal, but in this case they were combined.
What kind of wind did you feel?
Yeah, and was that that left side there where it was tall grass? Was that all be there?
It was not. It was only water. So a guy like Taylor Lupton, who has a good forehand, he just bombed it into those weeds, or what Ryan is doing here, and was safe and good. And
this hole's not like gettable either, is it, at 485?
Somebody, if I remember correctly, had a look for the 2 on it with a big backhand, but I can't remember who it was.
I feel like all these guys are smart enough. We probably won't see that play.
Yep.
Yeah, it just looks like they're getting so much trouble on this course. Even if you're 10, 15 feet into the woods, you might not be able to get out of the woods.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of rounds on this course start off so hot, and then on one hole they'll take like an 8 because they just can't get up the fairway. As
Dave,
look at that.
I guess Dave wants to go for it.
Yeah, super with a long look at it.
Cale probably going to follow that line. Looks like he's looking a little bit slower disc, though.
Yeah, he doesn't want to overthrow the basket, Ben.
That tree just looks like it gets in the way. I mean, I think all 3 of those guys, besides Super, actually hit that tree. A smile from Cale.
Yeah, that tree is really tough to deal with. It's the only thing that you can't just be right underneath, which I sadly think Cale is right here.
Something tricky with that one fingy, maybe.
Yeah, the one fingy. Cale throws his forehand with just one finger, if you guys didn't know. It's quite interesting, actually.
Yeah, we all have to call it the one fingy. He might be in that last tree right before the basket. We'll see if he'll be able to have a putt for his birdie or not. And Garett from the other side of the tree here.
Yeah, he's throwing his pig here. He likes his disc a lot with a lot of wind. And you can see why. Set up perfectly. That is a great upshot.
That green looks really fast.
Yep, and surrounded by pine.
Yeah. Looked like that was getting around that first tree, and Ryan should be right up there, maybe a little shorter than Garett. See if Dave has a legitimate look at this or not for his eagle. That wind just smashed his disc.
Yeah. Kind of surprised that the wind did that, but it kind of creates pockets with all of these pine trees.
Cale didn't have a ton there for his look. Getting Ryan just a little short, probably about circle's edge, maybe. Okay, I mean, that same wind that Dave got, that thing just got smashed.
Either that or something scared him when he put the disc. he looked behind him pretty quick there. Maybe somebody scared him, Sasquatch, I don't know.
Casper.
Yeah. I thought he was supposed to be a friendly ghost, Ben.
Yeah, it's true. Super not hitting his putt right there. Probably still upset about leaving the upshot short.
Yeah, the best drive of the group. And like I said, those trees do create a wind pocket sometimes where I'm sure out of his hand it felt good, but then as we saw, it just got killed from that wind.
Because it's a putt, it's going up and down rather than more of a straight horizontal like a throw would be from 50 feet back.
Yep.
It's just almost unfortunate he was too close.
Yeah.
It looks like Garett's sneaking away with the birdie here. Everybody else tapping in their fours.
Yeah, that hole absolutely plays as a pretty difficult par 4 because the wind coming off the lake right there in the background.
That was a big shot from Dave. That was fun to watch.
Yeah. Showing off that sneaky distance.
My name's Scott Matheson, and I'm a calisthenics athlete. I train with rubber bandits because they improve my strength, my stability, my flexibility, and I can take them anywhere. It's all about training smarter with natural movement. What I love best about rubber bandits is seeing noticeable gains in my physique and my athletic performance. It helped me progress from assisted movements to freestyle flow. Exercise your freedom and join me in the Rubberlution.
Thank you, Rubber Bandits, for always supporting us. Make sure to check them out. They're great for the off-season training. And we all know if you live up north, you need some off-season training because we are cooped up inside.
Yeah, you can't play all year round in the same style you would. My throw definitely gets different in the winter.
Yep.
Here we got about 235 feet or so for hole 6. Looks like maybe up and over play is about all you have.
Yeah, a little bit of a poke and hope hole, but you do have a spot you kind of want to aim at. But falling in the tree and getting a little on the lucky side on this hole absolutely plays a factor.
Yeah, it looks like that green is tough to putt on as well, too, if you're not within 10 feet.
And a big shout out to Ryan's dad as well. He was out spotting for their card every single hole because, as you can tell here, having a spotter is pretty key.
I don't know. I see him right there. I don't think he's spotting on this hole.
Oh, no, really? Yeah.
He still gets a shout out, though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Well, that is him. He spotted on every hole.
Besides this blind
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I saw him spotting on so many holes. So I was talking with him because we were the card behind him, and yeah, every other hole other than this one.
I'm going to keep Derek honest throughout this coverage today. Looks like Super's going to have a tough putt from back there. Cale, nice and smooth. Getting a lot of lift there, it looked like, at the end.
See it down, Cale?
Might be similar to where Dave was.
Yeah, kind of an unlucky roll backward as well. It kind of plays as like a ravine you throw over, and honestly, the tee pad's almost the same height as where the basket is, so. And ravine disc golf can be a little deceiving.
And Super does have a look, but you can see the branches just barely in his way and kept it a little too low.
Sure.
And Cale's getting a little frustrated there. You could tell by how quick he released that. Didn't really have any look at it at all.
Ryan standing up. Looks like he may have a look here.
And it was at least clean. He had the airspace for it. But I don't think he typically uses a straddle putt, so it definitely wants his normal form.
Oh, Garett.
Just fighting through everything.
He did not call the bank shot there.
Yeah, when it's your day sometimes.
Yeah. I wonder if it was going to be a little high. Oh, I think
it was high and left.
Wow.
Again, you never know when it's going to be not your day, so you take those when you get them.
Yeah, and he didn't call his shot, so I don't know if that actually counts as a birdie. I didn't call the bank.
We'll have to check with the tournament director at the end of this here. Little comeback putt here from Ryan from about 20 feet. Solid putt, dead center there. Didn't phase him at all.
Yeah, and like you said, Ryan is not usually a straddle putter. And to see some of these go in, especially at this course, really gets that confidence going.
He looked like he ticked a little branch there, too. I don't think he did much for the disc, though. Super and Cale just tapping in here. This looks like this could be a very frustrating course. All these holes are very gettable, but you can easily put yourself in a putting position and not have a putt, too.
Yeah, the whole entire round, for the most part, is very tough gets and even tougher fairways. Good shot of Garett, unsponsored Garett, representing his Innova gear that he got. Big shout out to Innova there. They hooked him up with some pretty cool swag during this season, so really cool to see them helping him out. In hole 7, 300 feet. So the locals call this gap that we're going through here the sucker gap because it is so tough to hit off the tee. A lot of people like to play the hyzer route. You play a hyzer to have it stall out, and as you can see off to the right here, it opens up quite a bit, so having that disc come back makes it pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and at 300 feet, it's definitely not too far for them to get around, and I think even Garett here might be throwing like a mid-range, it looked like.
Get in.
Yeah, that's perfect.
He almost aced it, it looked like.
Got to shout out my dad as well. You know, he's the one who got me into disc golf when we were on this hole, and I told him that up the gap shot was a sucker gap, and he went for it and birdied it. He pinned the basket. It was crazy. But
Get in.
oh, Ryan, the same thing. Those things have got to be close to an ace run.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Looked a little left and high here.
Yeah, and Super knows it too.
Put him right into that tree line. Might not have anything there. Cale just going with his A3. I think all these guys went with some sort of mid-range over stability. That looks really nice as well. Hopefully didn't cut that last tree there.
Yeah, it's hard to...
That's got to be so frustrating. Cale's been so close to having like a perfect shot in every hole and has barely had a putt.
Yeah, it's hard to know how far out this tree sticks out for when you want it to start hyzering back. And Cale, I believe he played a speed round the night before, just saw a few of the holes, so he doesn't know a lot of the lines. Either that or he could be going in blind. I can't remember.
Those little nuances. He is one of those guys that is not afraid to go into a course blind. He'd much rather feel healthy, rejuvenated, not overdo it than play some holes.
Yeah.
And Dave, I think from a pretty tough spot here. I'm not even sure if he has a look at. Oh, does have a little putt here. And that wind just grabbed the disc, just like we saw grab Cale's disc too. And these trees are shaking over here.
Yeah. I kind of forgot how windy it really was this first round.
Just a little off from Ryan. Seems like he's playing really quick today. I feel like all of his putts have been very fast.
And Garett straddle putting. He great putt. He kind of goes back and forth between a straddle and a stagger. He says if he misses a stagger putt, he'll go to straddle, and if he misses a straddle putt, he'll go to stagger. So
I do that sometimes too. I know I can do both, and if one's just not hitting the hit point that day, then I go to the other one. But for me, straddling in the wind is the toughest thing. I get more up and down movement on my putt straddling.
I agree.
But, I mean, I think that's like 3 solo birdies there from Garett in a row here, and he's really starting to stack a lead on the card.
Yeah, if you see Garett doing that right there where he's kind of separating himself from everybody else, watch out, because he's got that instinct where he just keeps going and he keeps birdieing and birdieing and birdieing.
And he does have a golf background as well, too, so...
Yep.
Those individual sports, which I never grew up really doing. I did a lot of team sports growing up, so I think it's a different mental game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And Cale just not even sure what to do here.
Yeah, I don't know if he can... I know he can see the basket, but his vision's got to be quite obstructed here, or maybe he can't see it. Close your eyes and tap it in. There we go.
I don't think he saw much of it.
Yeah, no, definitely
he saw the
not.
bottom pole that attached to the ground.
That's where you mess around and do those closed eyes putts, and you just feel where the basket is. Comes into handy.
And they're getting up and high on that shot there. Looks like really exposing the disc to the wind. Again, Garett here at 5 down through 7 holes, looking really good so far.
Yeah, he's off to that early lead, which is always so good to see.
Which brings us into hole 8, 195 feet. Not very far on the shot, but looks like you can definitely catch some of these early trees and put yourself out of position. Again, that straight look from a backhand putter can really get you up there. Don't need much more than that. But a forehand would probably also get you into that gap there.
Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed to say that I threw a forehand wraith on this hole. 180 feet.
And Derek's kind of known for throwing his high-speed discs on sub-200-foot holes.
Yep. But I do kind of like the play that Garett did there. He threw a hard backhand into the hill because you have a lot of guardian trees here right by the basket. Kind of what Ryan's doing here. And you just kind of hope to hit something. And, yeah, he's sitting about 25 feet right there.
Again, getting a lot of ground play out here. It is uphill, so it's going to catch you a little bit. You just got to miss those last couple trees. You don't want to catch anything early.
Yeah, early right is the worst miss that you can have on this hole. It's the thickest woods, as you can see there.
It's probably one of the shortest holes on the course as well.
Correct. And that's a bit of the luck of the draw there. Really hoping he'd crash into something behind the basket, but just it got clean.
Yeah, it might not have much of a putt at all. Okay, we've seen him throw this putter already today. Yeah, there's a little tree kick there at the end just to keep him close.
He might get that CTP. He looks like he was pretty close to that one.
Unless it's for cash, he probably won't put his name on it anyways.
Yeah, he'll see it's like a gift card to some local store, and he'll be like,
Someone else can keep that.
Yeah.
Here's Super with a very tough putt, but he might actually have something. Oh, man, that was tough. You couldn't even see him in there.
Yeah, everybody has done that, I'm sure. Whether you've played Cedar Creek or this course or another tightly wooded course near the green where you just have no look.
Ryan with another straddle putt there again.
Yeah, nice putt. He really commits to those putts as well. Falling right into that basket there.
Yeah, but like how he keeps his hand high. The disc was above the rim the entire time, obviously. And again, when it's your day, it's your day.
All right. So Garett's my boy, so I can say this. Now I know why he He shot so well this first rounder. He's shooting so well. And he's just getting lucky, getting all the good kicks.
Just looked like one of those shots where he didn't really take his time on it. Just kind of went up like it was just a tap in to throw it in and just didn't focus. That's all it takes sometimes, just not focusing. But he got lucky, didn't get bit.
Yep.
Great look from Ryan on his forehand.
Yeah, he keeps his eye on the target the whole time, which is a really good thing to teach, especially with a forehand.
Yeah, let's see if him and Cale can't get their round going. And Super here as well. He's started getting some birdies on this course.
Hole 9, 400 feet. It says par 3, but man, this is a tough par 3. You have to play a hyzer shot around that big pine that you can see right there and crashing down. There's the green. You just kind of want to hope to get a little bit lucky on this hole, but it takes a 440-foot shot to be able to get to this green, this pocket that the basket's in.
Yeah, this angle and the height of the disc you have to get above these trees make this shot tough. Again, you're exposing it to all this wind out here too. These guys all have an arm to get there though.
Yeah, and Garett throwing one of his more stable blue destroyers here. This is one of the few holes you can really open up on and throw hard.
And that was on line, maybe 5 feet short. I thought you said this hole's hard.
Oh, it is. He told me about that shot, and he told me that he didn't think he was that close. He said he's never in practice even come close to where he is now.
It's got that tournament juice though.
I guess so.
That adrenaline going.
Ooh, this looks very similar
Just
from
a little
Ryan.
short maybe from Ryan. But again, within 20, 25 feet there,
Jeez.
making this hole look easy, Derek.
Yeah, no kidding. This is a difficult hole, and these guys are filleting the line.
Yeah, this is Cale's stable D1 as well. Looked a little lower than those last two, but really good line.
Right.
And he's just a little short there. We'll see if he's in that tree or if he just got past it.
Yeah, quite a bit of shoal on the way to the basket.
And good height and speed from Dave. But that thing's getting lifted by the wind. Wow, I didn't see anybody else get that action that he just got.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Cale did get to the backside of this tree, but it looks like at least about 50 feet here.
That one didn't lift.
Again, expecting that wind to lift it and keep it in the air, and it just didn't.
Poor Ryan in another.
He's had branches all over him, all around. Trying to read that wind. Just looks like a lot going on.
Oh, just a little short.
He thought it was in. He was going to go down to pick up his mini because he thought for sure it was going.
Yeah, it looked good. That wind must have just pushed it down at the last second. It was just a centimeter too low on that putt.
And Super does have a putt here. Not easy, though. I know some people like going to a knee when it's windy. I do not, because to me, now you got the disc coming low to high, and you get that nose up. I don't like that. But maybe if you're tall, it makes sense.
Yeah. If you're the Carl hip height or something like that.
Yeah. Get a solid putt there from Super for his birdie, I believe. And Garett just tapping in there, making it look easy.
Yeah. I was gonna say, style points for Cale. I took a 5 on this hole, Ben. Thanks Phil, for mentioning my name on that.
Sorry to bring it up so soon.
No, yeah. It's fine. Whatever, man.
Again, definitely a bonus hole there. Got Joe on the mic back there, making sure we get all the sounds. Keep things tight. Yeah, a couple birdies there, looking good.
Yeah, very difficult hole.
Yeah, hole 10, 225 feet. Nice straight shot here. Another shorty. And just finishing off to the left. So again, this should play really well for all these right-hand, backhand players. Looks like you do need a little action towards the end of the flight to really get all the way to the hole.
Yeah, and you can see the club. Huge shout out to the local club. They were out here a month prior, cleaning up the greens, cleaning up the course. As you can see, looks like some freshly trimmed branches. You'll see it a lot on this hole as well, to just make it a nice clean green, because it was quite hairy when you're having that hyzer skip shot go in there.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the edges of the fairway here are cleaned up a little bit. It's always nice when you have that first kind of 10 feet into the rough is a little bit more clean, especially on these really rough holes, rough courses. And he's got a putt there. Took a lot of skip to even get over to where he was.
Yeah, pretty standard shot. The really stable, having that low skip shot, well, that looks really good.
And we saw Ryan throw this gator around a lot at UND Open. Very good shot. No CTP, though.
Yeah, these guys aren't getting the CTPs. They got to step it up.
I think this is one of Cale's FX2s. He's really been liking that disc this year. Good shot right there, circle's edge.
Yeah, the disc really needs to be moving left on that ground, and I think Cale had that angle perfect. Just got a little unlucky with branch heading into the green.
This is tough. Let's take skill, the double knee putt. Again, I haven't been keeping track of you.
No, but I think we're getting up there, though, man. I think 15 seems to be in the house.
Well within reach.
Yeah.
And that might even be 2 putts there from Dave on the same hole from knee. Cale just far enough up on these trees that he doesn't have to go to a knee, but is straddling. Just enough.
Yeah, that was... It kind of looked like Ryan's putt on the previous hole, but that Cale snuck right over that rim.
I always get jealous of the people that can slide over the rim. I always hit the top and just kick right back. Again, Social CBD, they've been really big on us, helping us out with our coverage, kicking in, so make sure you guys support them. Again, check out our YouTube link here in the comments or in the description. You'll be able to get any discount there from us from Parse Production. So thank you, Social CBD.
Yeah, they're great if you have a soreness in your shoulders or tights in the neck. You just rub some of that lotion on and it does wonders. Yeah,
we talked about before. It's 0% THC, so very pure product. Again, a lot of different products for you. Again, the muscle rubs, tinctures as well too. Again, they definitely will help you keep your body strong and keep you hopefully ailment free throughout the tournament season.
And we need to do that because we have two 18-year-olds over 1,000 rated on this coverage. And so us older guys got to, try to stay loose and limber somehow.
Almost twice their age,
Yeah, just think, man, they haven't graduated high school yet. And it's 2020. It's super.
Again, had a branch right in front of them, had to go up and over it. Didn't get the nose back down, though.
They're the class of 2021.
Although it kind of stinks that their senior year is happening right now with COVID going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, got some good birdies there. Unfortunate bogey there from Super after having a little bit of a look even for his birdie.
Hole 11, 165 feet. They call this the Plinko hole.
Just close your eyes.
Yeah. The gap is so tough. I've seen rollers, thumbers, backhands, forehands, you name it. If it exists in disc golf, it's been tried on this hole. It is such a difficult hole to get past this first gap. I've seen people jump putt. It seems to be a pretty popular play, and then you just try to make another jump putt to make your putt.
It just looks so fast. If you get through this gap, which usually you try to throw a little bit of speed on it, trying to get through a gap. Probably easy to go very long if you do hit the gap clean. Look at that.
Just over it? Oh my gosh.
Right at it. And who knows if I'll have a putt past that basket in that tree or not.
Yeah, almost the ace. That would have been really cool to see. Yeah, they're talking if it just would have dropped. It was right on line.
Again, just getting through that gap, it would be really hard to keep the disc close.
Jeez.
That was a perfect shot from Ryan. Well balanced, good speed. Hopefully he's got a nice easy putt there.
Cale opting for the standstill, it looks like, for some good speed control.
Pulled it just a little bit. Maybe timing off, going to that standstill. I think Super's going tricky here, getting that thumber action. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And those are the shots I'm not very good with the thumber. I'm not good at keeping it low and getting the skip and getting the weird turns and angles. And that was absolutely perfect.
Holy cow, Super. That was so cool to see. With the CTP on the card right there. Great shot. This hole is really, really tight.
Cale from about 50 to 60 and gets fast quick here. The double stomp. Here we see Garett almost in the middle of this tree, going too long, but might have a window. That time the branch was not his friend.
Yeah.
It looked like it had a good line to it, though, if it got clean. Super easy birdie with that sweet thumber. I think Cale and Ryan both have difficult putts here. Maybe double knee putts here. We'll see.
You get the 2-for-1 special. Yeah. Yeah, you can hear Cale saying, ow, these branches hurt.
I'll have to talk to Kraig and try to get a tracker.
Yeah.
Knee putt tracker.
Oh, Cale looking like he can stand up, though. Maybe.
God, it just looks like there's a couple windows and hard to know which one's the best one.
Boy, his body's pretty turned here. Oh, no.
That branch is just wagging in front of him, too.
Yeah, Cale not happy about that one. Couldn't get comfortable in his stance there, probably causing him to miss.
Just got a couple birdies there, too. Really thought he was starting to turn the round in a positive manner there.
Boy, I think Ryan may have a forehand putt, but no.
Wow, he's looking at a couple different lines and saw the big sigh. He's not sure what to do.
Yeah, it's a mental battle at courses like this when you have such a good shot and you have to think so hard on your putt.
It's just you practice one way, one style, and then you have all these putts that like none of them are your natural style.
Yeah, having your arm up high, having your arm up low from your knees, you know.
These different hinges.
Yep, D all of the above. Man, there's that thumber. So cool to see. As the birdie train has ended for Garett.
He's still sitting at 8 down through 11 holes. Really good round. Getting 4 strokes on Ryan. Coming into hole 12. Got par 3, 235 feet. Banking to the left here on a little bit of a ridge. We'll see a couple of different options. A little flex forehand, where you can go big and wide with the hyzer, or even one of those overhands as well. Again, just a little bit too long puts you into one of these pine trees and makes that putt difficult.
Yeah, and the lake is right on your left here, and this is where the wind really starts playing a major factor on this course. As you can see the lake in the background there.
Yeah, and Ryan right in the middle of that pine tree. He's going to be looking like the last hole on it. Yeah, this looks like a really pretty property here.
This is a pretty standard play, just a hyzer.
Oh, wow.
There's a little deep.
One long, and he almost hit the next tee pad, it looks like.
I saw Justin Cornoyer tee off there. But, yeah, this is a true fairway on the right-hand side, and just seems to always end up right is the only thing with this shot. And Garett says, nope, not happening this time. Jeez.
He just likes proving Derek wrong, I think is what it is.
He does.
This looks a little left as well from Cale.
Oh, that won't get slammed.
Same tree as Ryan. That's going to be difficult.
Yeah, and Cale kind of sarcastically asking about the slam because there is a left to right, and that hyzer coming in should just slam down.
Yeah, sarcastically.
Yeah.
Just a little off in the putt, but it was a very open putt. Probably not happy about that miss.
Yeah, the rest of these guys have been feel.
Cale with absolutely nothing going to a Scooby here. Oh, what?
Oh.
Can't catch a break.
Yep, and it's so tough to see that happen. Even his little 2-footer is still obstructed.
Yeah, these greens are really tough here. Ryan trying to get a solo birdie to try to make some strokes up on Garett. And he's having a difficult time here from, what, 12 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, good balance. Doesn't put the hand down.
Yeah. That's another thing you always forget about is you can't go forward. You have to maintain that balance on those knee putts. Unless, of course, you're outside the circle, but it can be hard to do sometimes when you're even that close. And these guys just cleaning up.
Cale, just because the first Scooby didn't go in, wants to get that one in. And someone's parked on there for CTP.
Yeah, no kidding. That is the Cayman from Garett there. Ryan's starting to show a little bit of a push here.
Yeah, another unfortunate bogey there from Super, dropping another one.
Hole 13, very, very similar to the previous hole. You have the path on your right, which a lot of people like to throw the backhand down, or you can throw a forehand spike into this green. A spike play is kind of the only shot. Of course, a thumber is always in play at this course, and the green is tight. You got a bullseye to land it in, and that's about it.
I feel like this would be a really good grenade shot as well, too. Depending on what that wind's doing, though. I mean, it was playing some weird tricks on Ryan's disc there.
I have no idea.
Yeah, and on that left side is almost for sure bogey territory. Even if you're 40 feet out, it is extremely hard to get up and down.
This looks like a tight hyzer line for the backhand.
How's that, you think? A little short.
Garett calling it a little short.
Cale trying to get a read off the kid.
Yeah, if Cale is going into this course blind, that is very difficult to do.
It's been a lot of blind shots so far.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I think he did a pretty good job of following Garrett's route, listening to Garett saying it was a little short, so be cool to see these guys up near the basket.
Yep, gotta make those small adjustments on what the card does, what that wind's doing out there. This looks like it pushed a little left, but he is right next to the basket. That was great. Good action from the tree. Cale is just not having fun right now.
Yeah. It's a lot of work to be able to...
Yeah, when you're not getting in the fairway and you're just fighting through these trees all day, it's taxing.
Yeah. You know, people always... Oh, no.
And we're playing 26 holes here, too.
Yeah. People always talk about getting CCO'd. Well, maybe they need to start saying getting Richmond.
Get Richmond.
Yeah.
And Garett's going to have a tough putt back for his par even. And Ryan, the wind just grabbed that and pulled him about 30 feet into the woods there. Yeah. Super tap-in birdie. Nice work.
Yeah, that always feels good. You know, getting that easy, clean look. You know, you can almost touch the basket. Just tap in birdie.
Ryan couldn't even play to the basket. He had to play almost 90 degrees to the side just to try to get himself a putt. And it's going to be an encumbered putt, too.
Super picking up that CTP flag.
Yeah. It's your name on it. Getting Garett with a really tough power putt back. Just trying to punch through these branches. They look pretty skinny. And I think he got a little help again. I'm pretty sure that branch pushed him in.
Yeah, he did say thank you to the tree. I just heard it.
Yep, I did too. And Ryan in awe, trying to putt for a bogey here now.
Yeah, it's very easy to take a big score on any of these holes out here. Holes that you would, in practice, never consider taking a big score on.
And that's not a tap in either from where he's at. I think he'll be able to put it in, but again, as we're finishing up our front half here, just want to give a big shout out to Hammock Gear, OTB Disc, Gotta Go, Gotta Throw, Social CBD, and Rubber Bandits. Again, they're making all this coverage possible. Check them out in the description. All their links, all their discounts.
The first half is done.
Yeah.
Wow. It is tough. It is a battle. I am so excited to see what the rest of this course is going to bring, because if this first half was so tough, the second half.
Yeah, he's that double bogey really hurt Ryan there, as Garett has a huge lead. So make sure you guys come back and see how this round finishes off. Signing off here, Ben Kroll.
Derek Sahr, thank you guys.